Hello, hello, hello. What's going on, people? What's going on? People, nobody was asleep. We were just waiting on the people to come in. Leo, shut the hell up. Welcome to the STS. As you already know, the STS is an acronym for shooting the shit. If you don't know what shooting the shit is, that's basically you're going to get an in-depth way of how we think in the Unholy Alliance and the conversations that we do have. Like I said, I am your host, K Styles, aka the Sixth Man. And to my right of the screen, you know him as the Senator, Mad Mike Sports.
I can buy myself some flowers. And yes, I do like Miley Cyrus. Talented artist.
Well, I can't say nothing, boy. I've been listening to Nirvana and Alice in Chains all day, so I'm good.
Google Dog. I've been watching the Google Dog. I'm listening to them, I should say.
Like I said, Nirvana unplugged and Alice in Chains unplugged been on my repeat all day. As well as you know, right below me, you know him as the Summer Hill Nightmare. It is the Don in the building.
Man, I don't know about y'all, but I really think Mickey Rourke. I don't know if he did, but Mickey Rourke should have won a Oscar in The Wrestler. I watched that movie today. Again.
I haven't seen that yet, but I've heard a lot of good stuff about that.
You gotta watch that movie. I know it's an older movie. It came out with 2009, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's like 15 years old. But man, cause I'm like, I ain't watched this movie in a long time. It was a great movie. Watch it again. I'm like, man, if he ain't won an award for that, he should have. Anyway.
And right below Mike, you know him as Mr. Tactician, the Joker. Juan is in the building.
I'm just being lazy.
Making my way downtown, walking fast, spacious past that are homebound. And I miss you, and I need you, and I wonder. You happy, Leo? Shut up.
That absolutely made me nauseated.
I'm gonna watch White Chicks tonight just because of that shit. As you already know, man, appreciate the fellas coming on, man. We got a very good, interesting conversation coming on here. As you already know, let me go ahead and set this up. Atlanta Falcons conversation involved with the STS. ATM talking about you can't say word shit. Nigga, you ain't been around long enough for me to hear shit. Don't start that. Tell ATM Hill, don't start that. That motherfucker just came right back around town. Ever since such and such thing came back in the organization, we done seen his ass back. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't.
You done cut Don's hair, but don't think we done forgot.
Oh wow.
All of a sudden, Matt Ryan come back to the T, and all of a sudden we starting to see names that we ain't seen in like 3 years, nigga. Get the fuck out of here. But today's conversation, we're going to be talking about the obvious identity politics that we have seen with the Atlanta Falcons since the hiring of Kevin Stefanski and the woke Hotep community that has emerged and hijacked the Atlanta Falcon space. Now, fellas, it's been one hell of a last week and a half.
Ugh.
Jesus. How do y'all feel about how y'all feel about the topic at hand?
Man, you go first, man.
We're just inundated with stupid people.
The stupidity. All right. So for those that don't know what identity politics is, it is a reference to a political approach based on the prioritizing of the interest and perspective of groups in which people identify, rather than focusing on primary or universal party platforms. Groups are identified by race, ethnicity, social class, gender, or ideology.
Well, can I ask this question? And
Yes, sir.
I want to ask the panel, and I want to ask you people out there in the chat. Now, be honest. When has the last time this Falcons quote unquote black culture won us anything? A Super Bowl, a soup cup, even some sympathy. When is the last time? I'll wait. Because I can guarantee, I can bet almost 99.9% of all of y'all's paychecks, you can't find an answer to it.
Right. Yeah, that is true, man. It's just been a lot of firestorm going around just in the city of Atlanta itself with this hiring of Kevin Stefanski, and it's just a lot of unnecessary symbolism going on right now based on certain sports commentators, based on sports journalists, and in the Atlanta media in itself. If you don't mind, fellas, the Summer Jam screen is not going to be the typical Summer Jam screen, but I will play a clip of how a lot of people right now in the city of Atlanta is feeling about this hire in particular of Mr. Kevin Stefanski. Y'all mind listening to it for a little bit, do you?
All right, go ahead.
Yes.
Review discretion advised.
Viewer discretion is advised. Let's go ahead and play this.
I think as Atlanta Falcons fans, we need to boycott the Atlanta Falcons this season coming up. We need to boycott and don't support Arthur Blank Stadium. We need to boycott Matt Ryan. We need to boycott that new head coach, Kevin Stefanski. As Atlanta Falcon fans, we do not need to go buy no tickets. We do not need to go support Arthur Blank Stadium and his team right now. People, Arthur Blank, Matt Ryan, they pulled a political move. Most fans that go to the Atlanta Falcon games, a good number of those fans be black fans. We all know what happened to Michael Vick.
Jesus Lord.
Michael Vick got prosecuted, and he was never able to come back as an Atlanta Falcon player. This city, everything is built on politics. Kevin Stefanski got fired. Within like 10, 12 days, he was hired as the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons. Arthur Blank, Matt Ryan, all of them was such in a rush to get him as the new head coach when this man already came from dysfunction. We was better off keeping Raheem Morris, letting him coach his last year. Matt Ryan is part of that good old boy system. Arthur Blank is part of that good old boy system. For decades and decades, the NFL and all of America's sports have always been ran by the good boy system.
The good boy.
Favoritism. You only have so many limited black coaches in American sport, in American major sports. College football, I have no problem with them black athletes that finance these rich white schools like Georgia, Alabama, UCLA. America is pretty much financed by black men on this athletic football field.
How you gonna have to let the
Hold on.
If them super athletes didn't have their athletic ability, Georgia, Alabama, Florida, LSU, none of those rich major white schools will want these black football athletes. I have no problem with our brothers getting millions of dollars playing football in institutions where if you didn't even have your athletic ability, these rich white schools wouldn't even want to own their property. Everything is built out greed, corruption, power, racism. That's the American way, people.
Can you stop now?
Is one of the worst owners in the NFL right now, in my opinion. As Atlanta Falcon fans, we need to boycott going to the Falcon games this season. We need to boycott until we get major changes. Matt Ryan is not going to cut it, people. Kevin Stu, Fitzky, whatever his goddamn name is, I do not want him to win in Atlanta. As an Atlanta Falcon fan, I do not want him to succeed in Atlanta. He was given a first-rate premium job off earning nothing. This man ain't even earned the right to be no head coach for nobody. Why the hell would you want to hire a dysfunctional coach who come from dysfunction and reward this man with millions of dollars? People, most of these people that operate these rich institutions, more than 90% of them don't even earn their positions. They get them positions based off who they know, based off who they connected to politically. The Atlanta Falcons.
Hold on, you gotta let it keep going. You gotta let it keep going.
Organizations in the entire NFL. It's been that way since the Falcons got here in the 1960s. This franchise always been a very racist organization, going back all the way up to the time of ownership getting here in the 1960s in Atlanta, Georgia. Back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, the Falcons was known for signing nothing but washed up players. Nothing but washed up players.
Wow.
The Atlanta Falcons is not going to no playoffs. The Atlanta Falcons is not going to no Super Bowl under Arthur Blank right now. With the way he operating his franchise, the Atlanta Falcons not serious about winning no real serious championship games.
Wait, did he go to the Super Bowl under Arthur Blank?
Hold on. Let it keep going. Let it keep going.
That's all he care about. Matt Ryan getting paid millions of dollars to goddamn make the Atlanta Falcons even worse than we already had before he even got it. Atlanta blew that Super Bowl with the help of Matt Ryan, with the help of goddamn our running back, Freeman. Arthur Blank coming down the field like the Falcons already won the Super Bowl. That was the worst goddamn collapse in NFL Super Bowl history. I never really cared for Matt Ryan like that. Matt Ryan is a decent quarterback, but he was way overhyped as a white quarterback. They do not want black quarterbacks to succeed in the NFL. They do not want black coaches to succeed in the NFL. You only have so many available positions for head coaching positions. Not even just head coaching positions. They don't even want black coaches in college football or the NFL. Really, if you think about it,
Falcons.
That's why I tell people all the time: if you're a 5-star, 4-star quarterback, black quarterback, do not go to Georgia. If you're a 4 or 5-star black quarterback, do not go to the University of Georgia. And Kevin, I'm telling you that as a Georgia Bulldog fan. Kirby Smart and them do not want no black quarterbacks at Georgia.
Kevin, I hate you. I hate you so much. I hate you so much.
They get treated very differently. In college football, black coaches deserve millions of dollars just like them white coaches. Them athletes deserve millions of dollars, black and white.
Please
But the
stop.
NFL,
No, you gotta let it get. We got a
they
minute
put the
left.
only rules in for a reason. Most of these owners, if not all of them, do not want no black head coach. They do not want no black head coach. Black head coaches do not have the same time work of the rebuild process. When you're a black coach, college or NFL, you got to win right away. It's no such thing as we're going to give you 5 years until we rebuild and win before we decide to either keep you or extend your contract. People, everything built out politics. But as Atlanta Falcon fans, let's boycott Arthur Blank. Let's don't go to the games. Let's don't sell out them football games. Let's see how well Arthur Blank do without the support of the fans. Let's boycott Atlanta Falcons football until we get better changes, until we get a better coach. Matt Ryan can get the fuck on right now. We do not care about no Matt Ryan down here in Atlanta. Atlanta, as fans, we got to boycott right now. Do not go to no Falcons.
All right, that's it.
Oh my goodness.
Wait. Before y'all say anything, first of all, I want to know everybody who is Kevin Stefanski, and I want to find out why the hell that I don't like Matt Ryan, but Matt Ryan is a good quarterback, but he ain't for the people. And I want to know why Arthur Blank never went to a Super Bowl, but he did go to a Super Bowl. And they never went to the Super Bowl in the 90s, but they did it up in the 2016. And it was politically set up by the Hotep niggas of America is the why we is why but you understand because Stefanski was in Georgia and he was with Kirby Smart and they both colluded.
Not Kirby Smart. This is
They colluded to keep us out of the Super Bowl with Aaron Freeman and Matty Ryan. But I forgot Matt Ryan don't coach no team. And you make my jaws hurt when you make me talk with my teeth in backwards.
Oh my God.
I got all I can say, man. That man needs.
He's out. He's out.
That's what we need. That's all.
Wow.
Good God Almighty.
Wow.
It's just speechless, man. That's all.
Bruh.
The speechless, like you just like you think.
Anytime a motherfucker, anytime you know you in trouble when you hear motherfuckers say Atlanta Falcons. They don't say Falcons like everybody Falcons.
No, this man didn't even say. This man said Matt Ryan, not Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan.
And then he says Kevin Stefanski.
Stefanski. Who is Stefanski? I've heard of Stewie and Stefanski. I didn't know you put them two together and make Stefanski. Who is that?
Whatever his name is.
Now, I want y'all to understand something. This is a teachable moment. Number one, if you ask him, who does he have in place to replace them? He won't have an answer. Number two, if you ask him, Does he know Stefanski's record? I guarantee you, and I'm talking about resume, he can't tell you. And number 3, again, he must have forgot all the games we played because we've been to 2 Super Bowls. I don't know how we didn't go to a Super Bowl under Arthur Blank. I don't know how we didn't go there.
My thing is with that. Who you mad at?
At his dentist. He's mad at his dentist.
I'm trying to figure out what the fuck you mad? What exactly are you mad at? I'm still trying to figure out. Listening to that, He sounds like he mad at everything and everybody. Politics. He brought politics into it. He brought everything into it. What else? What else could you be mad at this point? Good God Almighty! I don't know how you.
Hold on, wait a minute. That motherfucker said so much bullshit it knocked the sound off of my goddamn show. What the hell happened here?
You know what? I look. I was trying to figure out where the fuck that was going. I have no idea. That motherfucker brought in politics, football. How the hell did politics and football get integrated with racism on top of it? And then he mixed it with college football. Then the college football turned into a head coach. Falcons never had a black head coach. They don't want a black head coach to succeed.
Oh my God. Look. What? Shout out to Truth for sending that. Sending that hunk of garbage right there. Like I said, bro, this is the energy in which the Atlanta Falcon space and fan base is right now. We're talking about the quote of identity politics. Like I said before, it's usually just involved with an identity, whether it be race, type, or popularity. And we're basing ideology solely based off of those 3 factors. And right now, the Atlanta Falcons, as far as like not just social media, but sports media and the space is at its most toxic right now. And it's one of the most hilarious things I think that I've seen since we started doing this, because we've already kind of talked about the quote unquote identity politics of the Atlanta Falcons, which is very, very interesting to me, fellas. That go ahead. You say you got some breaking news? Go ahead and kick it to us.
All right, so former Falcons head coach Arthur Smith, he just now agreed to become Ohio State's offensive coordinator.
Well,
okay.
Seems like he's gonna be a head coach in college soon.
Yeah, as a Michigan fan, I don't feel bothered by that. So I think that tells me Ohio State's trying to become more of a physical football team, but good luck. You still got to recruit those guys. So,
hey, that was up. That's just another head coach. That's just another head coach candidate that wants to not fuck with the Cleveland Browns job. I see. But like you said, like it just goes back to like just this last week and this last week and a half in itself, where we're seeing guys like a Cam Newton, where we're seeing Jamel Hill, where we're seeing Killer Mike, Uncle Luke, DCF Fly, and a lot of these celebrities and a lot of these people in these sports medias with D-Leg, where they're basically turning this whole Falcon situation into one big racial grift. What your thought on that is?
Let me ask y'all something. T.I. Killer Mike. Cam Newton. No, yeah, I'm about to ask a question. Cam Newton. Jamel Hill. Where were y'all? Where were y'all when Blank was acquiring new investors? You know what I'm saying? Where were y'all at then? Because y'all got a whole lot of mouth, but you don't got a whole lot of support to back up your mouth. Where were you? Mike, because if I want to make change,
I say you might have to cut the stream off in the back and stuff like that. I think that's what the echo is.
Yeah, but my thing is, if I want to make a substantial difference on this Falcons team, then I would get on the board where the decisions are made instead of running my fucking mouth to social media. Because if collectively all of your we shall overcome powers were that great, this team would have multiple Super Bowls and multiple championships and multiple Pro Bowl players. But all I hear is everybody got a complaint, but nobody got a solution. Like, Cam, if you wanted to be noted for something, like you get on your show and rah-rah about, then you would say, hey, I'm going to go ahead and get on the board of the Atlanta Falcons so I can make a difference in the town where I come from. But see, the only time y'all want to make a difference or y'all want to make some kind of opinion is when a check is presented. See, as long as the Falcons are doing something you don't like, you got an opportunity to make some money. But when the Falcons are doing something and they're winning, you ain't got nothing to say. So the next time you want to get on here and have a Malcolm, a Martin Luther King moment, go to the front office and talk to the head man and say, hey, let me be an investor so I can give my input where to actually make some fucking sense and difference. Other than that, shut the fuck up. Because y'all not doing nothing for this team. And I said that with my whole nutsack.
You know what? You know what? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead, dog. Go ahead, dog. You good?
You know what, Warren? I told Mike, man, the sky's the limit for you a few years ago. About damn it, you done damn oversee the expectations with that take right there, man. I love you, brother.
Hey, I appreciate you, man. We got to do that. Like, Mike, I remember back in the day when I first started listening to Mad Mike. Mad Mike said, I am the voice of the people that cannot be heard. All of us, like 6 million of us in the city screaming about our team not winning. And he had the balls to say something. Him and Don got on here and said that. Now look at us. He actually did something about his frustration. He didn't keep bitching and complaining to people in the barbershops. He didn't go to the games. He didn't get on X and Instagram and Facebook complaining in these little mediocre ass groups that some of y'all busted ass content creators come from. He actually went up here and created some shit and gave people a voice to educate y'all on why shit is happening the way it is. And yet and still, you got people with money and resources that like to run their mouth but not add no helping hand into none of this shit. So, fuck out of here. Don't say shit.
So my question to the whole panel here is being like just seeing just how everything has played out so far, like you said, with this Kevin Stefanski situation with the Atlanta Falcons. And I got to give shout out to True for this, because this is actually something that he brought to my attention that I had to think about is, why is the identity politics only pertain to the Atlanta Falcons and no other sports team in the city of Atlanta, even though with this being a quote unquote black city?
I got it. Because niggas can't read anything other than the football flying in the air. Okay, that's the reason
Football
why.
flying.
Yeah, they can't read anything other than the football flying in the air. I hope that made sense to y'all.
Well, yeah. I
Or
mean, it don't
somebody
take
black
much to see
running.
a football flying in the
Or a black quarterback running with the ball.
Or a black quarterback running. They don't give a flying fuck about nothing that don't look. If it don't pertain, bitch, fuck you, bitch, fuck you too. Oh, fuck you. I took your man, bitch. Yeah, man, you smoke some with me, nigga. Smoke some with me, nigga. Smoke. That's what the fuck y'all care about. If it got anything to do with, you know what? I like this man, Mike guy. I like this Mr. Tactician. Man, he does some great work. I love to invest in his business, man. He doing some good work over there, man. Let's just see if I can offer my services to him in any way, shape, or form. It ain't even got to be, in front of the camera. It can be behind the camera. Look, man, you can what you can do for me? $1.99 a month, okay? $1.99 a month. You can invest in our business. No, y'all don't want to do that. Guess what you would rather do? Y'all would rather type and tick and record yourself degrading white people, degrading people with money. Y'all would rather do that than sit and spend 5 minutes investing into another brother man or whomever the case may be. Okay, another like you would rather do that. Get on your fucking high ass horse, Mr. Killer Mike, and you the fuck nigga too with that bullshit. You got all the means in the world to sit up here and make a change and actually get on a podcast and do something about it. If you give a fuck about the Falcons, you will probably come to one of us as these content creators who actually do and say, "Hey, what are the Atlanta Falcons doing?" Because that was your bitch ass did when you wanted to go at white people in the music industry, when you wanted to go at white people in the entertainment industry, you wanted to sit down on CNN and say, "All right, what am I doing wrong? How can I sit down and see what's actually going on?" You didn't ask us, who right here in the trenches with the Atlanta Falcons and watching and carrying every aspect of what the Atlanta Falcons are doing. You didn't sit down and say, "Hey, man, how Mr. Blank is an owner." No, you took your own personal motherfucking opinion, uneducated as opinion, because if you was motherfucking educated, you would know the Atlanta Falcons have been doing things, especially Mr. Blank in the black neighborhood. That cracker who y'all call Matt Ryan, yeah, he been doing a lot of for 14 fucking years. He's been in the trenches in these neighborhoods shooting basketball with the kids at all these centers and stuff. He been doing that, but your ass don't give a fuck because you trying to get a little bit of publicity. So like Mr. Martin Luther King always say, how are you gonna know what the man is about if you're not even taking the time to understand the content of that person's character? You don't even know Mr. Blank, but you getting out here and shitting on his pro because why? Your bitch ass is jealous. That's what the fuck calm down. You jealous of another motherfucker's pockets. You in that man's pocket ain't even took the time out to even do your research on what he's done, not only for the community, but for the black community. You don't even do that.
And let me say this for all of y'all that's gonna come on here talking about Stefanski and that Shador Sanders shit. So fucking what? Shador is a fucking rookie. He gotta earn his shit like everybody else. Just because he got the last name Sanders and he happened to have 2/3 of a face of his father, that don't make him a shoe-in for a pro quarterback Hall of Famer. He got to earn that shit. So y'all can get off of that shit. We ain't the Cleveland Browns. We ain't got Shador, and he came here to do something different. And I'm gonna ask y'all another question: has he lost us a game yet? And if the answer equivocally is no, then shut the fuck up and wait for this man to do something. I'm so sick of this. He ain't right. He racist, but no. Again, no quarterback, and I mean no. I don't care if the man was purple with polka dots and black shit stripes. Nobody is due. Nobody escapes the rookie process, and ain't nobody do anything. You got to earn that shit.
So let me ask y'all this question. So where we're talking, and like we just saw with the video, the conversation that old dude said was Arthur Blank's racist, Matt Ryan's racist, Kevin Stefanski's racist. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question on this, and Don, you might be able to answer this better than all of us. Since you might got a little bit more information on it. Outside of Shador Sanders, when has the last time you've heard of Kevin Stefanski being a racist?
Never.
Okay. Mike, when's the last time you've ever heard of Kevin Stefanski and racists being involved? Okay, he muted right now.
Well, I'll go. Y'all, I have never heard Stefanski do anything out of a racist nature, but y'all do understand that he's not completely white, right?
I've been saying it for days. You would be surprised if you exercised your right to do research on that man and his parents. You would be surprised what you might find, and you might feel a little stupid.
Say it, Sam. Say it. Go ahead. Say it.
I mean, really, what do we, you know? I once upon a time I had a dream.
Wow.
That I could be on the camera in front of thousands and somewhat millions and be a certain version of Stuart Scott, God rest his soul. Once upon a time I had a dream.
So
you can't buy this kind of stupidity. You can't buy this kind of opportunistic, clout chasing, ass ripping bullshit. You can't buy this.
Let me tell you something right quick, Sam. Let me interrupt you. I have to be rude right here. This bitch nigga Cam Newton decides. Guess what the fuck he did? He bring on Young Jock. And guess what he's clamoring for now?
Oh boy.
About 8 minutes ago.
Oh boy.
He's clamoring for the Atlanta Falcons to sign him as a fucking quarterback.
Man, be quiet.
What the fuck you mad at?
So there you go. That's the real reason why Cam Newton been on this bitch fest about Atlanta for the last 2 weeks.
I'm gonna reassess what I said on Wednesday. Oh, wait a minute. No, yesterday. I'm sorry, my days are kind of running close.
On his own personal page, y'all. You go in there, it's on Facebook. It's Cameron. Go to Cam Newton. You'll see a video with him and Jock talking about, and he up here. He's not even talking about. Man, I don't think the Falcons. He's saying this. Well, the rumors are the Falcons don't have a general manager, and they don't even have a head coach.
Listen,
he put it out 8 hours ago. He put it out 8 fucking hours ago, talking about shit. How are you associated with NFL players and you still don't know what the fuck you talking about?
I'm gonna go after Sam
because he was a part of the exact. Look, there were signs that this bullshit was coming. Okay, there were signs. Yeah, okay, when he stood up there on ESPN with him and Stephen A, and they disrespectfully omitted Matt Ryan from the Atlanta sports Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
Okay. There were signs. There were signs that this was coming. Okay. It has been eating away at Cam Newton's heart for many motherfucking years. He
Okay.
tried to ambush when he had Matt Ryan on his podcast. A lot of people weren't paying attention to this shit. He tried. Matt smiled and gave him an answer. Okay, you look that you're mad because the team that drafted you ain't put no light on you. There's a multitude of reasons, but I can give you one why you will never be in any kind of front office position with the Carolina Panthers. And if you know David Tepper, then you already know the answer to that question.
Sam, can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Did Cam Newton not get to the Super Bowl in 2015?
Yes, he did.
Okay, and did Cam Newton not lose the Super Bowl in 2015?
Yes, he did.
And is Cam Newton coming out of said mouth to call the pot black when the kettle's black about a certain quarterback that went to the Super Bowl in 16 and didn't win as well?
And did.
And so now you turn it around thinking that you 40 years later gonna come back here like Al Bundy and get 4 touchdowns for Polk High and gonna win us a trophy?
Man.
Just because you've been sitting at your parents' comfy restaurant wearing your ascots and donkey hats.
You didn't get drafted by Atlanta. You got drafted by Carolina when you came out.
And you still got that wrong.
And all of us who knows this man's background, and I'm talking about David Tepper, the owner, know he don't like black people.
Why would I want a nigga who dressed like Willy Wonka to be my son?
I'm just saying.
But
I'm just saying.
But why he don't call out David Tepper for being a racist though?
You know why? Wait, Don.
Wait a minute. Can I say it? Can I say it?
Now we're asking the right questions.
Can I say it? Can I say it?
Now we're asking the right questions.
I know.
Can I say it?
Go say it because it's more parts to that.
So while they're alluding that Stefanski is a racist, isn't that Cam Newton being pro woke kissing the white man's ass?
But see,
nowhere else to go.
But here,
go ahead.
You want to know why Cam Newton has this stance right now? Because you're comfortable. You don't have
money. That's not it. He don't want to be hanging off a tree in Forsyth County. That's why he don't want to goddamn talk about it.
He's comfortable being the court jester. He's comfortable being the court jester.
What I'm saying, he's comfortable.
He know what white man to go. He know what. Let me rephrase that. Let me rephrase.
Thank you. Rephrase that for me, Mike, please.
He knows which guy with money to go after.
Yep.
You know the guy who to go after.
But what gives him that?
He went back home and P Diddy your ass. Okay.
But see, here's the deal. He's comfortable because what did he run into after coming out of the NFL? He didn't run into debt. He didn't run into retirement. He didn't run into depression.
I'm sorry, but that's
He ran into his mama and his daddy's restaurant, and that's what he built all of his shit off of. If you notice, wasn't nobody talking about Cam Newton again until that Fellowship restaurant popped up in Atlanta. And now you got a podcast. Now you wearing ascots. Now you getting in fights at schools and all this other shit. Why? Because you ain't got to worry about no money running out. You ain't got to worry about.
He's a privileged child. How he gonna call somebody else?
That's my point right there. That's my point right there.
Look. And also with David Tepper, look, we know he's not getting a front office job up there in Carolina. But look, hold on. Every once in a while, David Tepper will allow him to beat on the drum before the game.
Wow. That's what black men do. Beating on the drum.
But wait now. If you think that a head coach is racist, why are you signing up to be the quarterback of said head coach?
You just stole that from me. I was just about to say that.
This is what we see. This is why I keep saying some of y'all read Braille in reverse. Because I don't understand how you, on one hand, a man is racist because he gets hired by an organization that fits the scheme that the team runs on. Yet and still, you yourself are willing to come back to the team and be a quarterback for the same man you said who was racist, for the same people you said were racist and shit like that. So you think you gonna make the organization better by being the slave to racist people? That's what you're doing.
They brought in J, your boy JID, man. What, like they literally brought him in so he could make a song for them.
That's like Django going to Candyland and taking Samuel L. Jackson's place.
This is the equivalency of two. This is the equivalency of two deaf people having an argument at night and somebody turning the light off.
You know what? Say that. You know what?
So on the topic at hand, why do you think that? Okay, and we're gonna go off of Jamel Hill's talking points where she had and Don could elaborate on that a little bit better than I can. But as far as why a lot of these people. A lot of the Falcon fans who are upset about the hire because of Shedeur Sanders. Why are they're and the thing about it is this is actually has been a talking point for years that these sports media people have been gaslighting Atlanta fans into buying in to kind of pretty much turn against the organization in itself is the ideology of the black city and the football team needs to cater to the city itself, aka the culture.
I answered that question yesterday. You're clickbaiting to get likes, ratings, and views off of a lie.
There you go.
Can I say it a little bit better? Can I say it a little bit better, Sam?
Yes, sir.
You're getting clicks, views, and all that shit by gaslighting a bunch of dumb, emotional football fans.
Yeah. From a lady that has a problem adjusting her political tampon.
Because the thing is, when you're looking at the sports media folks and you're looking at this woke crowd, they look at the Atlanta fan base as a bunch of court jesters and a bunch of dumbasses. So what they do is they're going to feed a racial narrative to gaslight the Falcon fans into turning on the organization itself. Now let me say this again. Why is the Atlanta Falcons the only sports team in the state in the state of Georgia and in that's related to the state of Georgia that has to be tied to identity politics, aka black city equals black representation? Here's the thing: Falcons have black representation when they hired Raheem Morris, because if you noticed when Raheem Morris got hired, all of a sudden wasn't none of this an issue.
Because they know that the TIs, the Jesus can be bought by anybody at any given time. Why would they want anything from these artists when they get on their hands and their knees? Tipper put on the Saints jersey for $1 million.
Oh, we already know that.
Then turn around and talk about he all Atlanta. This is my city.
You can't say this is your city while rocking Saints jerseys. Nigga, that don't work.
Here's the deal.
All of them do that. 2 Chainz them did it too. Okay, all the motherfuckers up here talking about this they city, but they can be bought, and then in the same breath talk about Mr. Bank don't care about white people, don't care about black people. Motherfucker, you don't care about Atlanta.
Well, here's the deal.
Look, anybody can throw some money down and get you to twerk.
Well, now here's the deal. Y'all think because this is the home of the civil rights movement that the damn team got to be home of the civil rights football team. That ain't how it's supposed to go. And until y'all understand it's a regular football team that was founded by white guys that thought this was a tax write-off, if you do your history, you would know this shit ain't got nothing to do with black folks. It got something to do with entertaining you nimble-minded idiots. That's it. That's it. This is not a civil right. This was not made on the backs of Frederick Douglass and Eli Whitney. This team ain't got shit to do with civil rights.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as y'all stop trying to make that shit about civil rights, we can get back to football. That's your problem.
So I got another question for y'all. These very same woke activists in Atlanta, just like the guy we played earlier in the show. I guarantee you he's a UGA fan. Where is UGA located at?
Oh, Clark
Gainesville.
County. No, you.
And what's the population of Athens, Georgia?
Clark County. I don't know the population.
What's the population?
Let me get my handy dandy.
The population there's about 700,000 or 800,000 hillbillies.
700,000-800,000 hillbillies.
Yeah, well, I mean, he ain't lying.
Yeah, that's right. Let's see. Black population in Athens, Georgia.
It's not even
it's 15. 15 of them.
Nah, it's less than 200,000 people in Clark County. And
let's just
it's not that big. It really is.
It's 15 people per square foot.
Right.
15 black people per square foot. That means they're peppered in the crowd.
Mm-hmm. So you're looking at about
not named Kunta.
You're looking at about 32,000.
Oh gosh, so that's 2.5 people per square foot.
That's about 24%. Well, what I find very interesting to me is a lot of the motherfuckers that's sitting up here talking about Atlanta's the city and do and putting all these expectations on the Atlanta Falcons. Majority of them are UGA fans that represents a college team in which its black population is less than the non-black population in the city of Atlanta.
Well, first of all, the indignation of the interpretation of all this is all the way wrong because Atlanta is an international city.
Yeah, Atlanta was white and black until 95.
Okay, we're talking about Atlanta. It's 16 million.
Mm-hmm.
16 million. Now, of that 16 million, you got a Asian population. You have when I say Asian, we're talking Chinese, Japanese, Indonesians, Koreans. Okay,
Laos.
You got a few Russians, Czechoslovakians, in there.
Greek.
And let's Greek. Let's not forget the Latino community. All right, you know what I'm saying. You're trying to paint a picture that is of false indignation. Again, clout chasing bitches with a for sale sign on their head. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden we got to go help Atlanta stand up. No, the fuck we don't. Atlanta been standing up. Right. All the money coming in and out of him, that ain't got nothing to do with black. It got everything to do with people. But when it comes to these damn dirty birds, all of a sudden it is modernism.
Because that's all they can't read. All they can see, all they
can't
understand is football flying in the air and niggas running. That's all they understand.
But y'all want to know y'all want to know the biggest joke about all of this? You got the World Cup coming here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Guess what they're gonna do? Because all of them ain't gonna go back to their respective countries or homes. Some of them are gonna stay in Atlanta, and guess where they're gonna go when the Super Bowl gets here? They're going right back to the Benz to watch the Falcons play with the rest of you niggas.
I got a serious question for y'all. I got a serious question for y'all.
What's up?
How many white folk you saw fighting over Popeye chicken sandwich?
You know what? That's a good question. Let me find out.
How many white folk y'all saw fighting over a Popeye chicken sandwich? When that damn chicken sandwich came out, how many white folk y'all saw fighting?
I mean, well, it might be a blue moon when you see a white person on University or you know what I'm saying, on Campbellton Road.
I ain't seen none on
in the West End.
I ain't seen none on Old Nat, and I ain't seen none in Union City fighting over the damn thing.
But we got a question here. Like I said, Leo said, why doesn't ESPN do this with any other city and NFL? And you know what the funny part about all this is too?
What?
And Mike and Sam is going to agree with me on this. When UGA won the back-to-back national championships, ESPN didn't even mention them.
Nope.
Again, let me go back to what I said. Because this is the home of civil rights. And y'all think that Atlanta Falcons represent civil rights. And every time they get on and say some stupid shit, y'all fall for it. That's why. That's why. That is why you think the too legit to quit era, the Mike Vick era, was so quote unquote important when we won the World Series. Wasn't nobody doing that shit. We were just, hey, it was Braves country. Yeah, y'all fall for the same shit. It's like somebody tricking y'all into looking at roots every damn year. And y'all see the same shit all the time. That's what they do. They didn't they treat y'all like Fiddler every damn year. Y'all like Lou Gossett Jr. Y'all get tricked into being the dumb slave every year.
Here's why they really mad. One, okay, you know, Dion built the dome. They're mad because it wasn't Michael Vick that closed the dome.
And guess what? Who built the Benz?
Matt Ryan, the same one that closed the dome.
Thank you. Again. And now let me go back to my original question. When has any part of this culture about black won anything? I'll wait.
You don't even know your damn history. We had a coach to get fired because he was gonna make a black guy the starting quarterback.
And that said coach actually revolutionized football. And Chicago, you're welcome. I'm gonna call y'all out. You're welcome. Because if it hadn't been for Glanville, y'all asses wouldn't have been 85-0.
They have the mitigated gall, the fucking untrained audacity, unsupervised audacity to call Arthur Blank a racist. But the one that actually was, I don't hear none of you. Where was all this outrage when Rankin Smith on the team? I'll wait.
You know what I think it is, Sam?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I think it is? They only want to criticize the motherfuckers that's not gonna fight back.
There you go.
That's all it is. It goes back to what Mike done said a long time ago. Atlanta is the home of bully culture.
Yeah.
They only try to fuck with people that they know ain't gonna goddamn respond back. This is why Arthur Smith. This is why they hated Arthur Smith so much, because he fought back.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, this is Arthur was the same owner went out there and sat on that corner of Smith Street going down in the Vine City and held a press conference and said, hey, what can I do to make y'all feel like this is y'all home in the Georgia Dome? But they don't talk about that shit though.
No, they don't.
Like you skate night here said selective criticism.
Of course, because the thing is, y'all got big mouths but small hands. See, and you know what people put in big mouths, don't you? Okay, so run with it. Y'all
even bigger dicks.
There you go. That's what I'm saying. Like I said, if y'all really wanted to make a difference, like okay, you had a Olympic gold medalist legend come here and say, hey, I'm going to invest in Atlanta Falcons. What can I do? Dominique Dawes ain't tied to not near damn football team in the league, but she decided to come here and say, what can I do to help better this team? But y'all motherfuckers got a whole podcast, 10 million idiots listening to you, and yet and still, all you want to do is sit up there and run your mouth.
You call off the blank a racist, but the first person he sold shares to the team to was Warrick Dunn.
Right.
Again, I repeat myself. The man's name is on the Civil Rights Museum. 85% of that money that built that, it came from him.
Yeah. The same man that came here and built a warehouse so that your untalented moms and dads could repair their houses.
Well, like I said, build a whole hospital that's been very beneficial to my family. I'll tell you that much now.
Right. Like y'all don't like, man. That's what I'm saying. That some of y'all can't be from here because if you knew the history, like come on.
The Boys and Girls Club that some of y'all take y'all children to in the summertime was renovated and rebuilt by the same cracker that you love to hate as president of Mr. Falcon, the president of football operations.
Yeah.
Something the medical neonatal unit at Emory, the American Children's Hospital that was rebuilt came out of Matthew Thomas Ryan's pocket.
Yeah.
So just getting back to the main question of the
yes, sir,
race politics. Like I said, just the question is do a lot of these sports media guys, and like I said, D-Led is definitely one of them. And when we talk about identity politics, we're not just talking about the race grifters in the Hotep community. We're talking about ideology as far as tying Mike Vick, tying UGA to the city in itself, and offering 100% criticisms just solely based off of those two ideologies or how they think that the team should be built. Because it's very interesting. And and it's very interesting to me that, like I said, we're sitting here having this conversation on whether somebody is a racist or not. And the newest head coach has coached more black quarterbacks than majority of the NFL coaches in this league in the last 15 years. But what we're doing is we're trying to tie a football team solely based off the identity of what people want in the city, and the team hasn't won a championship because of it. My thing is, and this is my personal opinion, see, the thing is they amped up Raheem Morris so highly the last couple years because he was supposed to have represented the ideology and the culture that they wanted as a head coach for the Atlanta Falcons. And unfortunately, what ended up happening was he fucked up his opportunity as a head coach, and it ended up being the same result. So what's happening is because Raheem didn't live up to the ideology of what people thought the Atlanta Falcons was, that's why they're crashing out right now, because the Atlanta Falcons basically, Matt Ryan, Arthur Blank, and all these guys are looking at it is, we gave y'all what y'all wanted. You gaslit us into getting Raheem Morris. Raheem Morris didn't do what he needed to do. Fuck it. We finna we finna do it our way.
Bingo,
And I think a lot of the Atlanta Falcon fans feel like they have lost control of gaslighting motherfuckers to doing what they want to do. That's just my opinion on it.
You right, because we talked about this earlier, K Styles. I told you, like, this team, these fans have they held this team hostage. Yeah, I said it. Y'all have held this team and this fan base hostage for 2 years with this bullshit. They listened to y'all about having all black everything. You had Terry Fontenot here. We kept him as a GM after we got rid of Arthur Smith. You brought in Raheem. Y'all acted like that was like 2008 Barack Obama winning the election. And then we drafted Michael Penix in the first round. Y'all wanted that so bad because we didn't get that back in 2021. And I'm like, okay, we're gonna see how this gonna go. Y'all held this team hostage for 2 seasons. And Arthur Blank was like, you know what? I ain't listening to y'all motherfuckers ever again. I'm about to do things my way. I'm cleaning house. I'm bringing back a person who was loyal to this franchise, to this organization. I'm gonna have him run my team, and then I'm gonna hire the best coach available that can bring our offense at least above average or in the top 10.
But Don, you know what's wrong with them? I can tell you what's wrong with these fans, why they crashing out. There's one simple term. But half of y'all motherfuckers out there don't even know your own identity. So why would you be able to translate that to an organization that you really don't help pay for? Y'all have no identity. Half of y'all don't even know who the fuck you are. So how you gonna tell somebody else who they should be? And I'm hitting y'all in the gut. So if it hurt, too bad. Half of y'all walk around here every day and don't know who the fuck you are. Couldn't tell you if you lost yourself in a crowd. You wouldn't know what to tell you. But you want to tell $1 billion organization who the fuck they should be based off of what somebody told you they should be. That's your problem.
And if if this group is the only group in this space that's gonna call it out for what it is, so be it. Like I said, and we already know what the response is. Like I said, when it comes to, and it ain't even just us in this group. It's a lot of Falcon fans that are sick and tired of the identity politics and being gaslit into in the gaslighting. Like, you literally got people up here threatening to fight people because they're not mad about the decision of bringing in Kevin Stefanski. You got these same motherfuckers sitting up here calling people coons for supporting the Atlanta Falcons despite the damn hire.
Now, listen to the definition of what this really is now. Y'all mad because we actually hired a guy that actually has a resume that tells you what he is as a head coach and history that he has in his league, as opposed to bringing in Homie the Clown who had no resume at all.
But guess what word he brings with him that we just didn't say. See, Kevin Stefanski brings an identity with him. And that's the problem. You get mad at a man for having an identity when you don't know what yours is. So of course you're gonna crash out. Because now you got to figure out who you are as a fan. See, because if Stefanski comes in here and like the young man said on the heavy hitters, and he puts it all together in his first year, guess what? Now y'all got to sit up there and eat that dick load of crow that you've been spitting out for the last 9 months.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the problem. Now you got to get an identity because you either got to be a fan or you got to be a bandwagoner.
Mm-hmm. Because the thing about it is if you're apprehensive based on the last couple of years, and you're like, okay, maybe this, maybe not, maybe this, maybe that, I'm not sure. Like you said, as a football fan, that's going to be a normal reaction because you have to realize that when you have a coaching cycle going on, when teams are looking for new coaches, 9 times out of 10, every last one of them damn coaches then got fired for having a losing record. So that shit, that like I said, that's a mute point right there.
That's part of the process. Because here's the deal: if Belichick don't get fired from Cleveland, guess what? He don't become the Belichick of the Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
If Andy Reid, I guarantee, if Andy Reid don't get fired from something, he don't become the Andy Reid of Philly or KC.
Andy Reid got fired from Philadelphia after having a couple losing seasons. John Harbaugh got fired from Baltimore because he had a losing season. Every coach that's available done got fired because of a losing season, especially an experienced coach.
Hell, Jimmy Johnson got fired for winning.
Hell, Tom Coughlin got fired.
Mm-hmm. And like you said, the only thing that you're going to be hoping on is a young upstart, which is very interesting. And this is the hypocritical part that I have to call out on a lot of these folks. When Matt Ryan first got hired as the president of football, what was one of the major complaints that a lot of these Falcon fans had about all this? Is that the hiring process was taking longer than they expected. Am I correct?
Yeah.
And this was literally right around the beginning of January when this happened. This is right around a couple weeks into January. And a lot of people were complaining about the process taking too long because you wasn't getting a head coach in.
Right.
But the interesting part about this was the very same people that was complaining about it when this hire happened now are the same people that's complaining that he rushed the process.
Listen
to feel me on this. So how does a process take too long, yet at the same time be too quick?
Simple. Because they were hoping for Matt Ryan to do something that they wanted, and then the process would have went smoothly. But because he didn't move the way they wanted him to move, he went too quickly. Why? Because there were still some people on the board that they were jizzing over. Yeah.
And but the thing about it is the jizzing, they were jizzing over 2 people. It was Clint Kubiak and John Harbaugh. John Harbaugh, New York made damn sure they wasn't going to let Harbaugh get out of there. So we already knew that was out of the question. Kubiak is still in the playoffs right now, so you're not guaranteed to be, like I said, it's not feasible to wait until he gets eliminated for you to announce that.
And then he may change his mind and stay with the team he at.
And then if he stays with the team,
okay. That was LaFleur just did.
Yeah, if he stays with the team, okay, so what's your next option? What you gonna bring Raheem Morris back?
Now, Kev, let me ask you a question. Harbaugh went to New York, right?
Mm-hmm.
What division is New York in?
NFC East.
Now, would you say that was a rough division?
Not really, no.
Not really. Okay. Now, Kubiak, y'all do understand that just because the coach comes here And that goes for any coach. Just because a coach comes here that you like doesn't mean he's going to win. And just because a coach comes here that you don't like doesn't mean he's going to lose.
Here's the other hypocrisy, Warren. Wasn't it literally just 3 weeks ago that these very same people complained about the Atlanta Falcons hiring first-time head coaches?
Yes, and I was going to get to that. Yes. Yes. See, y'all want popular, stupid people running this team so you can complain about the losses.
Stupid is and stupid does. Okay,
right.
I want to point out some of the K-Styles. K-Styles, man, you been jabbing it all night, bro. I was wondering when you gonna get delivered the haymaker.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like, wasn't these the same people that was complaining about them hiring first-time head coaches?
Yeah.
So in reality, them hiring a guy who is an experienced head coach, and now they're complaining about the experienced head coach again. It's a lot of hypocrisy that comes behind that, because the prerequisite was you didn't want no defensive coach. This is another one. Y'all said y'all didn't want no defense coach. Y'all said that we have to win with an offensive-minded coach. Am I correct?
Yeah. And why is that?
Because they felt like a offensive-minded coach was going to put the Falcons over the hump compared to a defensive-minded coach.
They wanted pretty wins.
They wanted window dressing.
Yes, they don't want ugly. They don't want ugly defensive wins. They don't want ugly, boring games. They want pretty wins that we can prop ourselves up on ESPN and say, "Hey, look at those Falcons."
Okay, so let's get that. Okay, so let's add to that. Okay, let's go back to it. The other complaint was the Atlanta Falcons' history of hiring first-time head coaches compared to experienced head coaches. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
So, in reality, Kevin Stefanski is the very coach that these motherfuckers complaining about asked for.
Right.
Y'all want the black. You want the coach that cares about that has had black quarterbacks on his team, and he had quite a few black quarterbacks on his team.
Let's see. Jameis Winston, Jacoby Brissett, let me see. Deshaun Watson,
the Predator.
Jameis Winston,
Reverend 30 for 30.
Jacoby Brissett, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, Shedeur Sanders, and Dylan Gabriel is a Latino. So technically you had 6 minority quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
That don't sound racist to me.
Wait. But let me ask you something. What have they collectively, what have they won?
They ain't won that. Like I said, they ain't won a damn thing.
Okay. See, again, y'all gonna have this, and mark my words, because I'm gonna throw us into the future. Y'all gonna sit up here and wait till the draft get here. Oh, the Falcons need to get another quarterback. And then when we get to the training camp, oh, we're trying to see what Stefanski's gonna do for this team. And then when we get to the season opener, then y'all will like him as long as he wins. But then the games will be boring because we're actually doing what we're good at. Running the ball.
So essentially what's going on right now is Kevin Stefanski is literally the coach that they bitched for, but because of their allegiance to Shedeur Sanders, is the coach that they don't want. So how do you ask for what you want, but you're mad at what you got, even though you asked for that particular thing because of a guy that you're allegiance to that doesn't play for your team that you're supposed to be a fan of?
But wait, Kev, there's more. if Shador was coming here with Stefanski,
I forgot one more. PJ Walker, that's another one. So,
but here's the joke. If Shador was coming to Atlanta to quarterback this team with Stefanski, they wouldn't care. That's the gag.
So in reality, the black culture conversation is a farce. It's more so of them being Shador Sanders dick riders.
Yes, because if Shador was coming here with Stefanski, y'all wouldn't have a fucking thing to say. It would be the best move since sliced shit.
Which is nothing wrong, because I do like Shador Sanders myself. But
he's not a bad player.
But the thing about it is, Shador Sanders does not play for the Atlanta Falcons, and I'm not going to judge the team that I'm supposed to be a fan of based on what the fuck happened on another team. This is the same mistake y'all did with Lamar Jackson. It's fucking hilarious.
Like I said, if Harbaugh would have came here with Lamar Jackson, they would have had Atlanta would have been the jizz capital of the world, because it wouldn't have been no place safe to walk.
I got something
if
else to say.
Stefanski would have brought Shador, all would have been forgiven, because he would have restored the black culture, and now we got a top tier quarterback that we can go to the Super Bowl with tomorrow.
I got something to say real quick. So I remember a lot of fans, they did want Harbaugh here. But a lot of those fans, they said that Harbaugh was holding Lamar Jackson back. Right. But why would you want him to come here if he was holding y'all favorite player back? But you want him to come coach the team that you're a fan of? I'm confused.
Because these like Juan's favorite catchphrase is not our job to understand stupid.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, let me tell you something. This is what you call fan entitlement. Y'all think y'all fandom. Y'all think y'all the Wonder Twins. Wonder fans activate. Power of we gonna win because we like the person. Y'all think that y'all gonna like a person into greatness. So you figure, well, if Lamar Jackson sucks up there in the Baltimore, if you bring him here and Harbaugh come here, then just because he comes here and we like him, he's gonna be great. And if Stefanski, if Stefanski brings Shador here, all to be forgiven, and because we like Shador, he's gonna be great.
Just because he wears a different logo.
Yeah, and that shit ain't work, not near time, nowhere.
Yep.
Which goes back to the initial point, is that these media motherfuckers constantly gaslight Falcon fans because the Falcon fans are begging for Mike Vick to come back.
They want Vic back in any way. Like they're willing to just make everybody else life a living hell until they get Michael Vick back.
Well, if y'all want Michael Vick back, you need to talk to Marty McFly and make him go back there and snatch him from the past and bring him here. Whatever version you want, and see if it works.
The sports media made
the power of love.
Mike Vick was such a hot commodity that he made money for everybody. And the thing about it is, since Mike Vick has been gone from Atlanta, the sports media has felt like the Falcons haven't made them enough money because you don't have that entertainment on the team, which is that they looked at. They didn't look at Mike Vick as one of the top quarterbacks in the league. They looked at Mike Vick as a circus act. Yes,
because why? He did something that made people pay attention to their lame asses on TV. He had $100 million contract. He got on the cover of Madden, and he ran around and made y'all dream of a team y'all didn't think was worth a damn that was gonna win something. All we want was brownie points in the media. That's all we want.
And then he was in rap videos and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
and this is where all the entertainers, especially the entertainers that you done seen in the last 3 days, that sat here and basically put dirt on this on the Atlanta Falcons franchise with racism and stuff, because their allegiance to Deion Sanders and Shador Sanders, which I say all y'all can go ahead and suck a fart out of a hippo's ass for all I care.
Kev, you know what? Mike Vick made y'all young rappers and young entertainers videos relevant. Mike Vick made the Atlanta Journal-Constitution and ESPN relevant outside of Stuart Scott. Rest in peace. That's what he did. He made Mike Vick's jersey made the world pay attention to Atlanta.
But I'm gonna say this about T.I. though. Like, how you gonna have him in your video, but on the cover album of the song Rubber Band Man, he got on a Rams jersey?
I didn't pay attention to that.
It's not my job to understand stupid.
But like I said, I think Saturday night's main event. So I think we're gonna go ahead and start winding this down here. Like I said, if y'all want a part 2 to this conversation, we can definitely do it. Now, like I said, we may be the only content creators in this space that's willing to talk about this subject in itself. So I expect a lot of coon references, a lot of bootleg sellout type of references, or we're getting paid by the Atlanta Falcons to say this shit. So we kind of expecting all this shit to happen.
Even if I was getting paid by the Atlanta Falcons, I'd be selling all you niggas, okay? I'll sell all you. I'm telling you what I'll do. As soon as I'm turning everybody in. I'm snitching on everybody. I'm selling on everybody.
Look. Do you know?
You heard it from me first.
Look, if I got paid by the Atlanta Falcons and all of y'all out there acting that way, I would have so many cases because I'm slapping everybody. I'm taking everything personal. If you don't wear the jersey on right, I'm slapping you. So
I'm telling everything. I'm telling everything about every content creator past 5 years or so. I'm snitching on everybody. I can every damn team.
What'd you say? You put cases on all their asses?
Right.
You put cases on all of them?
I'm snitching on everybody.
All gas, no brakes, motherfucker. This is what we do.
Okay.
I mean.
Not that I mean.
$100K at about to pay me $100. Shit, yes, I am snitching on everybody.
Look, like I told him before, if Atlanta Falcons pay me a check, I will get on here and get emotional. I will get very emotional.
John said most people X with no real racism if it slapped them in the face.
John, I mean, bruh. Look. Tell him to go back to the TBS, the TBS days when it was like 7 channels and certain stuff was blacked out. Tell him about that.
Paid by the Falcons, man, please.
Well, please. You had to listen to the Falcons on the radio,
or read the score. Or read the score in the newspaper.
Somebody really said that we getting paid.
We got accused of being paid by the Atlanta Falcons because we wasn't shitting on the Kevin Stefanski goddamn high. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Y'all asses is the subject of this motherfucking show. You all can go eat a bean pie milkshake for all I care.
Yeah.
So until next time, people, we ain't here to play.
No.
We here to stay.
Oh yeah, nigga.
You ain't gotta go home.
But just shut up. Shut up.
You can go play with my
dingly. Boy, that boy pulled the Chuck Berry out on y'all asses, boy. God damn. That boy put that Chuck Berry out on y'all asses. All right, y'all. We out.
Later.
Peace.
Don't judge me. I just wish you knew.